What's up, guys? This is Acidic Roots. It's time for a little bit more Lost Levels. Now, this is actually part 3, but once we get done with this world, we'll be halfway done with the game. Now, obviously, getting to those final 4 worlds is a little bit tricky, but we're going to at least get to 8-4. So, as it were, the grass in this stage is misleading because you're definitely going to start to encounter some real tricks up the sleeve, and that's something you have to give hats off to Nintendo for, is the fact that they mastered the Mario formula and were able to make the best set of stages, period. And especially considering they did it a little less than a year after Super Mario Bros. Came out. So they must have just kept the same engine from the Nintendo days and said, okay, let's go to the brink. And obviously, I don't have a problem with this. This is, not something, but I do suppose that it would have been a little bit trickier if we would have gotten a sequel that would not have been so hard. This makes me wonder what the Japanese's complaints were about Super Mario Brothers. Makes me wonder if there were any about Super Mario Brothers, really. I mean, to understand the way it was 30 years ago and just trying to figure out what people had bad to say, there really weren't any publications or internet to bitch about the game, so it was just tough trying to figure out what people hated about this. As far as me hating things about Super Mario Brothers, there's not a ton of real things. I think the only real problem would have been the lack of a save function. Because even the Super Nintendo no one knew was coming back in 1986-87, so that was just the whole thing with that. But yeah, if you're paying attention to these stages, you're definitely going to want to get every single power-up you can, because they're not in abundance. So, but here's another thing: the wind is going to start showing up a lot more in the second half of the game, or the middle third of the game. So, now this jump, it's really tough trying to figure out how to correctly time that, so you're just probably going to have to take the hit. But being small Luigi or small Mario is really not that bad. I mean, you get used to it. So, just trying to figure out. I think in this LP you'll see fireworks maybe once or twice. It didn't happen very often, and I think they actually switched the digits as to where, like, I don't know if it's 1 and 4 and 6 or the ones that it was in the first one, but you can get fireworks in the game. So, these water stages are actually the easiest of the stages in this game. That's the main thing. Back in the first game, it was like, oh damn, I hate these stages. But now, it's kind of like, these are your saving grace to letting you know you're going to get through a stage. It's the same thing with the athletic stages where the fists jump out at you. Those are, that's an easy pass to getting through a stage, but not so much here. But so as it were, these enemies really. But as an update of a little bit of my personal life, I'm actually going to get one of those squid enemies. I'm going to get a plush of one of those. Now, the Mario series has developed plushies that you can get as decorations, like in your bedroom or something like that, and I'm definitely going to do it, just because the colorfulness of these characters is just too great to ignore. And you could even get get these fish, you can get the turtles, you can basically get it just about every one from the first Super Mario Brothers game. You can definitely get Luigi, you can get the princess, you can get the mushroom people. You know, you just get the idea of the stuff that you're going to be able to do. So, but I'm trying to think of what else has really been up as far as not Mario talk. So I watched the news today, and that talked about the healthcare plan, how that's not going to go through. But I was almost thinking about making a vlog about that, but the only problem with it is last year when I talked about politics, I didn't really get subscribers, and I just have to figure out if that's something I'm going to want to do. So I'm kind of torn. Like, this is definitely going up on my vlog channel, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to approach politics, because I want it to be on there, but I don't necessarily want that to be the sole reason why people are checking me out. You know, definitely, you know, the sheer amount of people who mess with Super Mario, but then also, you know, consistently know what the President of the United States is up to, and the Vice President and all these people, it's not as frequent, and I'm just trying to bridge that gap, and I'm definitely going to, but it's gonna take some. I was actually, you know, 10 minutes before filming this, I just was downstairs trying that, so maybe I'll try again. But I also came up with some other stuff. I have a Weird Al CD that I'm getting ready to talk about and listen to more, and you know, just the works. But so it's really, you know, Nintendo's actually said that Luigi was the challenging one, and I'm gonna let you know that pissed me off when I was playing through the game. Me jumping on that many enemies trying to hit the ground, that made me mad. But anyways, you know, Nintendo said that Luigi was the more challenging of the two, but it's gotta be Mario that is. There's just no way he can make the jumps in this sort of game. Traction is really not that important unless you're just, you know, a fanatic. So, I mean, the sheer amount of people who can beat lost levels with Mario, I mean, it's like, I tip my hat to you, definitely. But, you know, even so, me being able to beat 31 out of 32 original stages in this game, I mean, that's a pretty good prideful thing, but as it were, still a lot more left. You know, there's still another 16 stages that I haven't tapped into, and maybe I will. I mean, maybe I'll do it as like a bonus for summer or something like that, but for now it's just gonna be going up to 8-4. So, Lost Levels is quite the bitch, you know, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely, I mean, to me this feels like the sort of game that you'd order a pizza and you'd probably wind up ordering 3 different pizzas trying to beat this game within a weekend or a week off or something like that. And I think that that's what this game was intended for back in 1993, 1995, when there wasn't internet and that sort of thing. This makes me wonder how many people called up Pizza Hut or Domino's and went on marathons trying to beat the games in this. I think I'd probably be the most comfortable watching Super Mario Brothers 2, and not this game, not Lost Levels, but the United States Super Mario Brothers 2. I'm just gonna call it Super Mario Brothers 2, and that's probably one of the best ones to just watch. I've been watching that game kind of recently. It's a fun game to just, you know, unwind to. But, I mean, Coca-Cola, Pizza Hut, good pepperoni pizza. Not, you know, extra cheese. You get it from Domino's. Get some extra cheese. Get pepperoni. You could even get sausage, a supreme pizza, a 2-liter of Coke, a 2-liter of Cherry Coke, a 2-liter of Sprite, a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. I mean, these are golden things to do with Super Mario Brothers. I don't know, I mean, this game stands the snacking test. This is definitely a game you can bust out the snacks to. I'm not so sure about, like, Super Mario 64 in those. It's worth, I mean, it's worth the shot, but this is really meant to be played you by yourself. So, at least this game is. But, you know, the sheer amount of video games I've actually eaten with has not been many. Most of the time, I'd probably have like a frozen pizza, or, you know, something simple to make, like Doritos or something. And, you know, that would virtually be it. That'd be my snacking. Mountain Dew really didn't do the gamer stuff back in 2004 and 5 and 6 when I was younger. But, you know, as of nowadays, it's pretty much essential that you gotta have the gamer gear. So if I haven't made you hungry yet, you know, definitely go out and buy some food. You know, you're gonna, if you want to watch this, when you watch this game, you know, definitely you're gonna want some snacks with this. It's obligatory. It's gratuitous. It's obligatory. It's recommended. You might as well do it. But King Koopa suffers a fiery defeat, and we advance to the next set of stages. So, now this is the end of the session that I had from the previous session, where I did World 5, but the next 8 minutes are going to involve World 7. So, once again, we've only got so much longer. And it's night. This is where the stages start being a pain in the ass. You're gonna see some stuff. But I do like the design of these stages. I mean, that's the thing there, is the designs of these, I mean, they're just more interesting than the ones in Super Mario Brothers. With the sole exception of the difficulty, other than that, the stages are, you know, pretty, you know, vivid. So, but, you know, once again, if I have said this in previous parts to this LP, the whole thing is that the whole thing is these later stages are trying to convince you not to run as much. They really want you to take your time, despite the fact that there's a timer. So you really have to be a Methodist in order to do this. So just learn your Methodist ways. I don't know if that's religious based. I don't know if Methodist means you're religious, but what I'm trying to say is you're going to have to use methods. So, but I guess another term you could say was methodical, but so. I like the concept of this sort of stuff. I mean, the floating blocks are still pretty awesome. That's definitely the thing there, is, you know, just the sheer creativity that went in place. I mean, even Zelda, you know, at least well, Mario just has craftsmanship. It's either showmanship or craftsmanship. It's one of the two. But Zelda has it also, but it's just tougher to see in three-dimensional games. So. Yep, and I'm definitely saving, so I don't have to do these stages over. But yeah, there's maze stages. You're going to have to pay attention to them, because if you don't, you're doing it over. And I was punished. I lost 10 seconds or 12 seconds for not jumping on those hurdles and going up that pipe. So that's what you're supposed to do. And basically, you know, I'm almost at the point where I want to play Super Mario Brothers 2. Like, I'm thinking I want to do that game. I just have never actually beaten it before. That's probably the one I've played the least. Especially nowadays, as in my 20s, I've really only played Super Mario Bros. 2 about maybe 2 or 3 times in the entirety of my 20s. I'm virtually 28, so. But I mean, yeah, that one's just fun. I mean, I really wish that they would have made a sequel to that game. That would have been pretty slick for that to have happened. thing about that was just a dream world. If you don't want to be spoiled, I mean, obviously it's been several years, but this is my least favorite stage in the game besides World 8-3. This one is a bastard. This one is a complete bastard. And the main reason why is because you don't know where your plumber is when he's off the screen from the spring. So it's kind of like he could be anywhere. He could fall right where the time is. He could fall right where the coin counter is. He could fall right where the Luigi point is. You just don't know where he's gonna fall. You have to kind of guess. And if you screw up, you lost the life. So it's not welcoming. It was kind of, I mean, and I do feel like that was almost an error on Nintendo's part. Just, not coming up with a concept to make that easier. This stage is really almost luck based. But I did manage to complete it. But because of this stage right here, this is one of the main reasons why I almost do not want to play Lost Levels more than the time I recorded it. I'm doing it for you guys, I'm doing it for entertainment's sake, but it's because of stages like this one and stage 8-3 that I just don't want to do it. I mean, I'll do Super Mario Bros. Any day, Super Mario Bros. 3 for the most part, and definitely Super Mario Bros. 2, but this one's just like, forget it. But I'm almost curious about the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Those kind of make me wonder, because there's a new Super Mario Bros. 2 that came out. I was subscribed to Game Informer, and I remember when seeing that in the magazine, and it basically talked about the stuff that, was going on for that, but I just don't know how faithful it was to these original 80s games. They definitely had to appease the newer markets, the Generation X Mario fans kind of got the shaft. It's more millennials and Generation Z even that plays Mario nowadays. And, this is another point, like I was saying with the political stuff I was talking about. Most people beyond the age of 35 have kind of just let Mario go. I think, maybe 20 years ago it was a difference, but, it's just... But I'm not trying to sound all dark and depressing, this seems... This makes me wonder how many folks have played every two-dimensional Mario game and remember them. But... So we're getting there. I at least got to the checkpoint. So you can give me a high five for that. I at least got to the checkpoint, so I don't have to do this entire stage over. But it's wearing on me. It's getting close. Definitely. Yeah, I knew this was do or die right about now. I definitely had to pull out all the stops. So. There's only so much left. The wind will actually go away for the last little bit. Just kind of waiting for it too. They finally said, okay, we give, Uncle. But alright, so that's about it. That's part 3. Been talking to you guys for 20 minutes. Subscribe for more fun. Stay tuned for part 4, and we've got definitely a lot more coming.